In this session we're going to have a look at workflow and frame. First of all, we're going to start with the Visual Basic program. We're going to look at using Windows Explorer and also what we can do with a database, and this will give you a general idea. Because we're connected to Google Drive by going to File and making a connection to Google Drive, we need to make sure we transport the files correctly, because in something like a Visual Basic application, anytime we save, there's about 42 files that get saved to the Google Drive, and there are some restrictions with the API where we can't have a huge amount of sessions in a minute going to the server. So therefore, sometimes the files don't get saved. So we've got a workaround for this that will make sure that you can save your projects without losing them. So to do this, we're going to go straight into Visual Basic and we're going to create a new project. We're going to go New Project, and you'll see from previous videos it's always a clean New Start work environment. We're going to click Visual Basic, select Windows App, browse to the folder we want to work in. I'm going to pick a different folder and go into something like music or pictures. So I'm going to pick music, go select folder. I'm going to call this workflow. Now once your project's open, once again you can go through and set it all up and do all your work that you need to. I'm just going to put a couple of buttons onto the stage, and then I'm just going to copy and paste a few more buttons just to show there's a few things on here. Okay, and you may go into a button and do all your labeling and all that sort of work and do all your coding, and at the end of your project, what do? Well, make sure you click Save All as you go along, or Save as you do each part. When you're finished, go into File, go Save All, then go to File and go Close Solution. Then we can actually exit out. So this makes sure that everything is saved. When we go to the cog in the bottom left hand corner, I can click on File Explorer. If you don't have an active window, it does take you back here. If you do click the cog, select File Explorer, or now I can select it from here. Now this gives us a file management program, and once again you can see my Google Drive here, and I'm just going to open that up. But also I'm now going to go into my music folder, and you can see the project folder for my Visual Basic. What I would like to do is actually zip that up. So I'm going to select the music folder again. I'm going to right mouse click or two finger click on a Mac. I'm going to go down to Send To, and I'm going to send it to a compressed folder. What this does is zips up the 42 files into one file. So when I take that now and drag it and drop it onto my Google Drive, in this folder now there should be a workflow zip file, and I've only moved one file rather than trying to move 42 files, and therefore I know that my program has been moved successfully. Now when you come back to your program and say I'm starting from scratch and I'm about to start my Visual Basic programming, what I'm going to do is first of all go into File Explorer. I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I'm going to pick up the zip file or wherever I then later moved it to, and let's put it this time into pictures. So now inside my pictures file I've got that zip file that I just brought from my Google Drive. I'm now going to right mouse click this and select Extract All, and then I'm going to click on Extract. Now this has actually extracted all the files now into that folder I was just in. So when I go inside that, so you notice I'm down a couple of levels now, all my work's there. If you want to, you can actually highlight that and take it back up to the pictures folder, so it's up a few layers. So it's now back up here. Now I can actually open up my SYN file, which will take me straight into Visual Basic, click on my form, and I can continue work. Now if you're working in Access, much the same thing will happen. When I open a new file, I click once, it'll ask me where I'd like to save it, change the folder, pick something like I did before. I'm going to click videos this time because there's nothing in there. Database name, like in this case I'm going to go workflow, and click on create. Once you've finished working on your database, when you leave, click on File, Close, click on Yes, make sure everything's saved. You can then close the Access database, go into Windows Explorer, once again navigate to the source file of the database, right mouse click, Send To, Compress File, then move that compressed file over to your Google Drive and let it go. And I've already got one there, so I'm just going to replace the old one that was there. So now in my Google Drive, you can actually see the workflow program there again. And now to get the file back, you follow the same processes of dragging that back into a folder on Frame and then unzipping it again. So I hope this improves your workflow and your ability to maintain the structural integrity of your programs.